Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, Chicago scene in the West Loop, home of the original stuffed pizza, Nancy Stuffed Pizza. And I'm here with Nancy's daughter. This is Marisa, Nancy and Rocco's daughter. How are you, Nancy?
I'm fine.
Marisa, how are you?
Doing?
I'm doing wonderful. And so your parents started Nancy's Pizza back in 70, 71, Rocco and Nancy, correct?
Exactly, yes. In 1970s, my father purchased a location called Guy's Pizza. And in his making of his days, he decided to do something different, and he created the stuffed pizza. It took a while, a couple months, to make it where he wanted to have it be, at the point where he would start selling it. And he created the stuffed pizza, the unique stuffed pizza, the one and only stuffed pizza.
The one and only stuffed pizza, and that original spot, or where he created it, was on Armitage, but then he opened up a place in Harwood Heights on off of Harlem, right?
Yes, in 1973 they purchased a different location named Mario, and he decided that he didn't like the name because he wanted to see something with a female name. So I remember him bringing my mother outside and said that from now on we'd be answering the phone, "Hello, Nancy's," and he decided that it was named after my mother, and that's how it started.
So talk about, like, where did it come from? Why did your parents want to start this pizza chain that has grown over the years here in Chicago?
Well, my father Rocco was one of these believers that he always wanted to be independent, and indeed, even in Italy, he was independent worker. And when he worked for a few months for a pizza place, he decided to go down the street and he purchased his own restaurant. Next thing you know, he bought Guy's Pizzeria, and a few months went by and he decided to invent a pizza, unique pizza, one of a kind. And
that's where it all started.
And that's where it all started,
right.
Yes.
That was Nancy's Stuffed Pizza. That
Yes.
was your dad, after many, many different variations, came up with this stuffed pizza.
Exactly.
Which is right
here. It
here.
wasn't automatically overnight, but in a few months he created this stuffed pizza. I remember him going out on the street. Back then, a lot of people came around and they say, "Hey, try this pizza, try this pizza." And next thing you know, he created this stuffed pizza, and it was one of the greatest sales.
And they are the original of the stuffed pizza, and that is with the layer on the bottom. After the dough, you have the toppings, the cheese, and then you have another layer of dough, correct? And then the sauce on top, the signature sauce.
Yes, and yes, indeed, they are the creator of the stuffed pizza, and the one and only stuffed pizza.
Yeah, absolutely. So much so that we were talking before this, and your dad used to give people wine that were waiting in line because people wanted the pizza so bad they'd wait in line for sometimes,
exactly.
20 minutes, 30, however long. But your dad would, "Don't leave. Here's a nice glass of wine
he
and
would
stick
do
around."
that, yes, and people still today, the older generation, they remember that kind of thing, and it's neat. I don't know how to explain it, but it's great.
Well, and it's your family's legacy for sure, and so much so that you have your own up in Niles, and then there's this location here, and all around the Chicago area, and even beyond in Atlanta, there's some Nancy's, but the ones in the burbs are more of a carryout. Well, that makes this place so special because it's kind of the flagship store where people can come inside, sit down, have a drink, and eat. But what does it mean to you to have your family's legacy still going strong here after all these years in Chicago?
I can say a lot, and I also want to say right here, right now, Dave and Dave's family, thank you, because without him, perhaps maybe we would not even be here today. But the fact that I did not know that this was going to happen overnight as my mom passed, and things happened and open up a piece of my mind saying, wow, look at us all these years, and here we are. I never thought it would ever happen, but it's a great legacy that my mother and father I hope they smile up there.
Well, and what is one of the most, your dad got this started with your mom's help, and it was in the family and all that stuff. what do you think you'd be most proud of right now, knowing that there's the flagship store here in the West Loop and there's stores all over the place?
My father
restaurants, I
wanted
should
this
say.
to happen so bad, and somehow he was not able to connect with the right information and people and all that, but somehow we made it.
You made it.
And it's very emotional for me to explain.
Absolutely. But
And for my mother to pass away and that happening to her, I never dreamed in my life. I want to say thank you, and I want to thank you, the customer that follow us and remember us in good and bad. And what can I say? Just say thank you.
And
it's great.
You want people to know that your family started what everybody knows now as the stuffed pizza
Yes,
in Chicago. It was your
my
Rocco.
father, my father, especially my father, my brother. I have to say my brother too, and my mother was a worker, you know, and whatever. She went along with my dad, and I want them to know that the other people worked for my father. My father wanted to create a franchise. Probably was not the right way to do it. He was this man that he would teach other people to do this and to do that, and next thing you know, they went around and do their own thing, and Nancy was left behind. And then they created their own name.
Right.
But Nancy, Rocco, and Nancy did discover stuffed pizza, and I witnessed to that. My family witnessed to that.
And the stuffed pizza, what makes it different and special is it has the layer, it has the dough, and then it has the ingredients, the cheese, and then the layer on top that is the dough again, right? And then the sauce on top of that, which makes it stuffed.
The special sauce that create to make the stuffed pizza.
And so, are you still loving the pizza game all these years later? Do you still love making pizza or tasting pizza?
I eat pizza all the time.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I eat
You're from
anything,
Chicago.
really. But of course, I believe in this product, and he's making it successful, and you have to.
Absolutely.
Because after 1969, I'll be here this year, 53 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what a legacy for my family.
Absolutely. Well,
Not much me. That's not about me. It's about my mother and father, Rocco and Nancy, create that pizza. And I'm here to talk about it.
And people, if they want, they can absolutely check out this flagship location here in the West Loop. But there's another spot that's your spot up in the Niles area, and all around the burbs there's the takeout. So it's like Nancy's is everywhere in Chicago, but I think people really need to know that the home of the stuffed pizza is Nancy's, and started by Rocco, your father, and Nancy, your mother.
Yes, exactly how you said it. And it's an honor to sit over here and able to express that, because I want to put the end of that, and I want Nancy to shine.
As it should. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. That's the Chicago scene for today here at Nancy's. Come say hi to Marisa, because why not? She's here. But TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene, that's TBarnes at WGNTV.com. You could also check out nancyspizza.com if you want to learn more about it, order some food, but come on down to the West Loop or out in Niles. But either way, Nancy's Pizza, home of Chicago's stuffed pizza, right?
Exactly, sir.
All right.
Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you to all of you that support us all these years and will all the year of future come. Thank you.
You're welcome.